Hi guys, happy Friday! It's May 1st, which is kind of hard to believe, like where has this year gone? I know some days in quarantine and in this global pandemic, it may seem like the days are lasting weeks, but really it's already May 1st, so where is it going? It's going so fast, and there's a lot to look forward to in this year, I believe, and I try to stay focused on that, so I'll continue to do that, and I'm excited about May 1st, and I'm excited about the sunshine, although it brought me inside. So you'll notice I'm in my office today. I tried to do this outside because I wanted to sit in the hammock and enjoy the birds with you, but every direction that I looked, the sun was shining so bright that I either had to cover my eyes with sunglasses or come inside. So to keep the connection, I decided to come inside. Hope that's okay with you guys. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the call to change and what it takes for us to acknowledge that call. I know that in my childhood, I would receive the call in many different ways, and I always thought that if I would avoid the call, it would go away, right? Like I didn't know how to change things as a child, so I just pretended like I wasn't hearing anything. Or maybe I was powerless to change things or felt powerless to change things, so I just left them as they were. And I wonder if that's become programmed in me, and maybe something that I've done throughout my life, maybe something that we all do. So I just want to talk a little bit about that. The call to change can come in many different forms. Sometimes we are seeing it or experiencing it when we are frantically trying to run out the door to get somewhere that we want to go, but we can't find our keys, or we can't find our purse, or no one else in the house is ready, and things just aren't going as we imagine. So that's really just a call to slow down, a call to change your direction, or maybe you're going in the wrong direction altogether. But do you listen to those calls, or do you get irritated and push against that? It could be a call in the form of a young child vying for your attention. So do you hear that call? Are you acknowledging that call? Are you responding to that call? Or are you getting irritated with that call? So we're getting constant calls of change. Calls to change can be found in lack of joy in the things that you're doing. So you have this job, it's a great job, it's provides all of these benefits to you. Maybe it's your dream job, maybe it's what you've been dreaming of your whole life, and yet you find that the more and more you reach those goals and reach those dreams, the more lethargic you are, the more fatigued you are, the less energy you have, the less joy you're experiencing. So is that a call to change? Sometimes when we don't listen to the calls, life will make us listen. So that example will come in the form for some of cancer, which is how it came to me when I was 20. It comes in the form of car wrecks. It comes in the form of wrecked relationships and marriages. It comes in the form of depression. It comes in the form of, in this instance, a global pandemic. It's like we are all right now being stopped in our tracks. I mean, unless you're on the front line, unless you're one of those workers, and you're getting a call to change in that space also, it just doesn't look the same as the rest of us that are stuck. I've been in isolation since March 13th. I really haven't left my house, which is amazing to me. Because I like to go and do and be a part of and be around people, and I haven't done that, and it feels like it's been a really long time. So what am I being called to change? So for myself, I'm having to look at that. I'm having to really go, okay, what does this mean? What am I being called to change in this space? And in the beginning, it was really easy. I thought, wow, okay, cool, I'm gonna do this. I've been wanting to rebrand my company, but how do you do it? There's so many elements. So I haven't done it. So great, I'm gonna get into rebranding, and away I go, rebranding my company, and I'm gonna grow my business, and I'm gonna add additional certifications, and coaching is what I really want to do. So I'm gonna expand my coaching business. I'm going to like really develop that. And I went fast and furious, and it was exciting, and it's all I thought about. And I bought all of these things to do all these crafts that I wanted to do. My daughter is having a baby June 6th, and I thought, I'm gonna make candles for everyone in the family and send them to them. And inside those candles I will seal them with intentions of an easy labor, and a healthy baby and a healthy mama, and all of these great things I'm gonna put in these, in burn, melt into these candles, so that when she goes into labor, all of our loved ones can light that candle and hold those intentions with her. Haven't done that. I bought all the stuff to make her a dream catcher. Haven't done that. I bought this really fabulous adult paint by number paint kit. Haven't done that either. So I had all these really big goals, really lofty goals, and I was working really hard on a lot of them, and then I found myself in a freeze state. And I found myself really banging my head in some ways against the wall of creativity and expansion. So I had to stop and ask myself, like, what am I being called to change in this time? Like, maybe I need to rest. Maybe I need to put it all down and allow clarity to come to me, allow the call to come in, and accept that call. And look at that call and acknowledge it, and really reflect on it, and what is it saying to me? What is it asking me for? Like, what are we all being asked in this time? So I think we're all being asked of something. If you think about how the earth is healing in this time of rest, I mean, the earth is getting a rest in ways that it hasn't in a very long time. And I know that a lot of my friends are now, I'm gonna grow my own food, and a lot of my friends are doing that too. Like, even just getting supplies, people are getting sold out because everyone's saying, you know what, I want to be more self-reliant. I want to grow my own food. I want to be able to take care of myself should I need to, and not rely on the outsource of someone else. So we're all being called to something. The question is, are we accepting that call? And I'm not saying that the call is easy to accept. We often receive calls that we don't want. What I am saying is that it's possible to receive that call and to do something amazing with the bad news on the other end, should it be bad news. Sometimes bad news sounds like bad news, but it turns out to be the best thing that ever happened to us, right? So I believe that if you are willing to accept the call, you'll get better at hearing the call when it's a small call, when it's the irritation of losing your keys for a moment, misplacing your keys for a moment, which is not really an irritation. It's just a silly thing that is designed to slow you down or get you to rethink or reframe a situation. We'll be able to hear the voice of our children as they are, pulling at us to give them the time that they need, the time that we really want to invest in them, that we're investing somewhere else. We'll be able to hear the call of an irritation between our partners or our loved ones, and deal with that right away, instead of allowing all of those things to pile up and pile up and pile up, and not know what to do with them at the end of it. Be so overwhelmed and so frozen by the enormous call to change, which is what we're all in right now. This is an enormous call to change. We're all being asked to reevaluate our lives and reevaluate what is important to us and where our priorities lie, and who are the most important people in our life, and what are we doing with our time and attention, and how are we giving that resource away, and how do we get it back if we've given it away to someone who didn't appreciate it, or to something that didn't bring us joy, or something that didn't feed our soul or our passions. I think we get it back by changing the direction and feeding our souls and feeding our passions. I do believe when you answer the call that all of a sudden you will see that your life will open. I know that a lot of people are stuck in relationships at home right now that they're looking at their partners. I'm working with lots of couples that are going, whoa, you know, we've been together for 5 years or 10 years or 7 years or 6 months or whatever it is. And gosh, I thought we all wanted the same things, but now we're stuck in this house together, and you know, we're not agreeing on this and we're not agreeing on that, and these are really fundamental things, and how do we overcome that, you know? And the first step in overcoming it is acknowledging that it's there. So once you've acknowledged it's there and then you've accepted it, you can create the tools or find the tools to do something about it, to answer it in a way that empowers you and gives you for your life what you want. So I know that things are really uncertain right now, and I know a lot of you may be saying, look, you've got it all figured out, that's great, but I don't have control over what's going on. And the truth is, you don't have control over what is happening around you, but we all have complete control over how we react to it. We all have control over what we do when the call comes in. If we ignore that call and push it aside, or if we take that call and make the changes that we're being called to do, we have an opportunity here to expand ourselves, expand from our heart centers out, and to really kind of lean in to love for ourselves, love for the people that are important to our lives, that actually make a difference and a positive impact, to lean in to do the things that we love to do, to find the things that maybe we have forgotten. You know, when you get so separate from yourself, it's hard to even know what would make you happy. When you spend so much time trying to make someone else happy or going through the motions of life, when someone says, well, what would make you happy? It's really easy to say, I don't know. So what a gift we've been given to say, you know, the circumstances around me are really bad right now, but I have an opportunity to breathe in, to kind of close my eyes and get centered and say, what do I want? What do I want from life? And if every single one of us has the power to dream right now. It doesn't take any money. It doesn't take any internet. It doesn't take anything. All it takes is a willingness to dream. So lean into the change, answer the call, acknowledge the call, accept the call, and allow yourself to dream. Gosh, there's so many possibilities to be found in your dreams. I've gotten a little lost on what I was going to talk about today, which is just kind of the flow of life, right? But I just want you guys to think about what calls you've been ignoring and what calls you can answer now. What can you answer? What can you acknowledge? And what can you accept? And you know, how I would love to know how I can help you guys do that. I'd love to hear what you're going through. I'd love to hear where your struggles are. And I would love to hear what you've discovered in this time about yourselves. Like, what have you discovered in your dream time that maybe you didn't know about yourself before? Yeah. So if you guys want to reach out to me, leave me a comment here. Share this video with your friends. I would love to see you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel, Amy S. Wallace. I'm on Facebook and Instagram, also Amy S. Wallace, and that is S as in Suzanne, or Sue if you know me as Amy Sue, which many of you do. And that leads me to a request from my Aunt Doris. My Aunt Doris is in Dallas, Texas right now, and she's been asking for videos. So here I am, giving her a video, and I decided I would read a poem for her today. So I got out a book that my sister gave me years ago. As a little girl, I was absolutely in love with poetry. I was going to be a poet. And somewhere that got lost in my life a little bit, but I've just discovered in going through books recently that I have so many books of poetry, and I really love the spoken word. I really, really love the spoken word. So I told my Aunt Doris I'd find a poem for her, and I opened this book. It's a Helen Steiner Rice collection of poems that my sister got for me when, let's see, I think there might be a date. Sorry, I have to put glasses on or I won't be able to read. Yeah, I don't, oh my gosh. You know, this book may be from my Aunt Doris, actually. This is so weird. And not my sister at all, as I just looked in here. Someone gave it to my Aunt Doris in 1978. Huh. This is lovely. So I'm going to read this poem. I opened this page up, and I think this poem is fitting. Again, if you guys would like to contact me, if you'd like to chat, you know, free, but, you know, just let me know how you're doing. I'm not asking for anything from you other than share your heart. Find a place to dream. It's inside of you. Just close your eyes, breathe into it, connect to it, and know that if we will all lean into our love center, then our love will light the way for our lives. I promise you that's true. I promise you. So here's a poem for my Aunt Doris, The Power of Love. There is no thinking person who can stand untouched today and view the world around us drifting downward to decay, without feeling deep within them a silent, unnamed dread, wondering how to stem the chaos that lies frightfully ahead. But the problems we are facing cannot humanly be solved, for our diplomatic strategy only gets us more involved. And our skillful ingenuity, our technology and science can never change a sinful heart filled with hatred and defiance. So our problems keep on growing every hour of every day, and man vainly tries to solve them in his own self-willful way. But man is powerless alone to clean up the world outside until his own polluted soul is clean and free inside. For the amazing power of love is beyond all comprehension, and it alone can heal this world of its hatred and dissension. I love you guys. I love you. I hope you're all well. Again, I'm here if you need me. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram, Amy S. Wallace. Like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my page. I hope you have a beautiful Friday.